Hello and happy almost Halloween. Hello and welcome back to another Witchcraft. Here again is my now husband. If you remember from my previous update, we were getting married. We got married. So here we are now. You can't really probably see any of the rings from there. But here we are. I will not ghost you like Disney and Yen Press.
Oh, burn.
I'm trying to finish Arc 4. It's almost done. I will tell you that I took about 570 screenshots that I'm using in the video. So I'm actually going to be reworking that in the future on how I collect that, because it just takes so much time for me to read, then get screenshots, then write a script. So I'm going to be reworking that process and hopefully getting those ARC videos out quicker, because I'm sure you're dying for that. As you see before us, there are 4 drinks. These are, again, Mocktails. And they come from witch_Brazil on Instagram. They kindly sent me the screenshots of this Halloween issue that I have not seen anywhere else. But there are 4 drinks. There are not 5 because they are not themed for the girls. They are just something to have at your Halloween festivities.
I feel like most of them you wouldn't want to have at your Halloween festivities, but we'll find out.
Yeah, as usual, we have some that are just horrible looking and don't make any sense.
I'm not looking forward.
We're going to try this horrible one first, which we've placed here. Let me roll the clip of creating this one. This one I did a little differently than it's supposed to be done. It did say to include confectioner's sugar, which I thought was very strange because confectioner's sugar is usually something that people use to dust onto donuts, and that just did not sound good to drink at all, especially since Sprite is the main ingredient in this one and just a pinch of the other stuff. And you were supposed to warm it in a pan, which sounded disgusting to me, so I didn't do that. So if you want to try this and do that correctly, go ahead. But also, I didn't want to buy a 30-pound bag of confectioner's sugar because that's all they had for this. Moving. Okay.
I only taste Sprite.
Yeah, I was gonna say it tastes just like Sprite. It only said a pinch of cinnamon and ginger, so I don't think it really affects anything. The confectioner's sugar, I don't know if when you boil it, it gets a steamy look or not.
It might turn to like a syrup.
Maybe.
That might be why it's supposed to be there, make it more syrupy.
Maybe, but that sounds disgusting.
It does. I don't want to drink syrup.
Yeah, not drinking that. Put this one towards the end, and we'll move these all over.
This was the one we were dreading the most. Hopefully with that out of the way, the rest is all better.
Okay. This one I'm very excited for. It sounded so good and delicious. I used canned pumpkin. It had no additives and sugar, so it was just pumpkin in a can. So it's not exactly fresh, but it's not worse than it could have been. Here's the footage of me making this. It did say to add honey to taste, but I want to try it initially without adding extra honey.
Yeah. So
we'll be tasting this one twice. So. Okay. Well, it's pretty sweet. Not bad. Let's add some honey.
Yeah, it tastes like... I definitely tasted a little bit of pineapple towards the end there. It didn't quite taste like pumpkin to me, though. Unless the flavors were blending well enough, because I definitely tasted some apple, tasted the pineapple. I don't really think I tasted pumpkin.
I kind of taste it. Pork, please. So I added about a tablespoon of honey. It's very thick. It's not really a drink, I don't think.
It's more like a smoothie. That tastes like no different to me.
It didn't taste different. Should we add more honey?
Nah.
I
mean, because it's fine to begin with.
Yeah.
I just don't want it to, like, overwhelm.
I would recommend eating this with a spoon. It's not really...
Yeah, it is more like a soup, yeah.
Well, not a soup. I'm more like a pudding.
Well, to me, it feels like it has the consistency of tomato soup.
Very, very thick tomato soup. This
I've had some very thick tomato soup. Thick tomato soup is delicious.
Yeah. Well, this...
Like Panera.
So, yeah. I'd say have this with a spoon and some whipped cream on top. And maybe sprinkle some cinnamon on there, and that would be really good.
That's just a general fall drink at that point.
Yeah. Well, like, a fall dessert.
Yeah.
But serve it a lot less. Spread the servings out because this is just too much for one person.
Yeah, that's a lot of pumpkin.
So this one only said 4 strawberries in limonada soda.
Which is, again, Sprite.
Yeah.
Or at least we think it's Sprite.
Yes. So I doubled it and did about, 8 or 9 strawberries. All I did was cut them. Of course, I washed them. But I cut them and I blended them. I added a half cup of water because I don't think you're supposed to just put solid food into a blender without some kind of liquid to help make it viscous, I guess. I don't know if I added too much water or not, but here is this with basically just Sprite, and I'm hoping that it tastes good.
I don't taste the Sprite. I just taste strawberry.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's a carbonated strawberry drink, which it tastes good.
It's not bad.
Not as good as I was hoping.
It's not as strawberry as I would have thought. Maybe if I had less water, it would taste more strawberry. There's an after zing to it because of the Sprite, which is nice. But then after the zing of the Sprite, I then taste what I imagine a mouthful of grass tastes like.
Yeah.
So it's very grassy.
Yeah.
I don't know how we would improve that besides maybe more strawberries to the blend. Yeah, that's too grassy. This one is the one I find the second most intriguing. It's literally Jell-O, and I saved myself some time and heartache by just buying Jell-O from, the snack packs. And that was so quick and good and awesome. So I bought lime juice that's already in a bottle, and I looked up and it said 2 tablespoons is what about half of a lime would yield, which I'm not sure, but I did that. So that's extra lime on top of the lime that's in the Sprite and lime Jell-O.
So this is pure lime.
Yeah, and this is so sugary.
Yeah.
These aren't even full 12-ounce cans of Sprite that I'm using. This was like an 8-ounce can. I actually wasn't expecting the Jell-O to float, but it did.
Oh, okay. I'm looking forward to this.
I'm sorry, I reacted. It was too good not to react. It's very key lime because the lime.
I also can taste like sugar granules on my tongue, and I like that.
Where did those come from?
I have no idea.
Or just not the Jell-O granules.
Maybe. But like, I definitely can taste like something on my tongue, and I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I
so
like this a lot.
The Jell-O in this, I shredded with a fork. I didn't put chunks, so it's just bits of Jell-O. If you ever had, I usually get like this soda from an Asian market nearby.
Yeah, I think it's called what's it called? Gokuri?
Yeah, Gokuri. That has grape jello in the bottom, and it's so good. And this is the consistency.
Yeah.
And
I'm going back for more.
This is really good.
I'm just gonna
just eat that. Yeah,
the gummy worms themselves aren't that great.
Yeah. Well, we got organic gummy worms. I don't know what that means.
Don't use organic ones. Just use the regular ones.
I don't know if that's why. This is Black Forest. They're good gummy worms. But all the gummies fell to the bottom. I thought, like, if you're careful, they're gonna hover on top of the Jello, but the slightest bit knocked them all down. So
because I also stirred it.
They're all down there. Let's taste one. Let's taste some. Raspberry drink was good.
Yeah.
Covered in drink.
Like, all of the gummy worms from this packet have like a lemon taste to them, and I still taste it. But the drink is so good.
Yeah. No, I think this is good. Even with that lemony taste on the gummies, I think it's a nice compliment because this is already very citrusy.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the sugar content in this.
Yeah.
Actually, the Jello is sugar-free Jello. And I imagine it being organic gummy worms helps somewhat. I'll have to look at it. Actually, we have the bag right there. Let's see how much sugar is in the bag.
Enough phone call.
Well, Trojan had to step away. Something's wrong with his car right now. Isn't that the wonderful world of adulthood? So, the gummy worms have a 28% of your daily value of sugar, which is high. I'm not sure about the Sprite. I mean, if you get Sprite Zero, maybe you'll be better off. But this is a childhood dream. So in the end, I recommend you make these 3. Unless you're brave and want to do what I could not and get really cool, better results, try this one and send it to me over at our Facebook page, Digital Bloodlines, or to the email digibloodlines@gmail.com. Or, once again, you can reach me on Instagram at ShySky47. Speaking of really quick Instagram, I want to make a little more reels. I was going to make some reels making fun of certain things in Witch, and also the fact that Yen Press is just completely silent on this last 2 arcs that we need to come out. I'm thinking they're not going to come out, but here we are. So back to this. This is nice as a drink. Again, you probably want small little cups. You don't need a big glass like this. Strawberry drink, I think a big glass would be alright. This isn't terrible, but it could be better. This is also a dessert you could feature, maybe about a pudding cup size, and again with maybe some cinnamon, nutmeg, and whipped cream on top, and that would be just so good. We're actually probably going to go serve it like this after we close this video out. Hello again. So I also wanted to take this time towards the end of the video to talk about some things really quick that I have seen that I haven't had the chance to really cram in anywhere. So here we are. Let's start with that song that came out fairly recently called Witch, acronym and everything, by Devin Cole. I do like the song. I don't know if they've seen or heard of Witch, but I'm hoping that people searching for that song come across Witch. But it is sadly another thing to make searching for Witch a little harder. Secondly, there is a channel called Witch.Mononoke, and I have loved a lot of the crafts they have been doing on there that are witch themed, and they're actually some things that I want to attempt too. For example, she made an Arube doll with a miniature Heylin doll, and I want to try it myself. I'm hoping that all I need to do is, boil the hair and cut it to make it Arube shape. I'll have to reach out to them and ask how they did that, but I'm going to try it with one of the tall, trendy dolls and see how that goes. I got one for pretty cheap, like $30, so that's really good for me to experiment on. So let's see how that goes. But again, that channel, that Instagram has been really, really cool. Next, Natalie Ferretta on Instagram has been making makeup looks themed off of the witch girls, or just the witch in general. But she has one for each of the girls, and so if you're looking for something interesting to do for Halloween, that looks like it's going to be really awesome. I myself struggle and can't do makeup, but I really do love how some people have their looks come out. So give that a try, and I think that's it. Oh, you may have seen that I put a message out about a possible interview for season 2 with Greg Weisman happening. I have the same person who got the Andrew Nichols interview arranged has been reaching out and trying to make that happen. They said I might hear something soon, but I don't know what that could mean, how long that could mean, or something like that. But I'm letting you know that is a possibility, a strong possibility, which I am very excited for. Next, you may have seen the haircut. I wanted to actually do a cool transition in the next video where I changed the background and my hair at the same time, but didn't happen. I was just taking too long to work on the video. But I will have you know, as great as this background is, I will be changing it up sometime soon. As you can see in the shots of the drinks that I put, I've got a lovely poster of the 12 portals that came in one of the magazine specials that I purchased. So the background is going to be getting switched up a bit, maybe a little more clean. Not sure yet. But anyways, thanks for listening, and I hope, once again, I'm saying it again, I hope to have Arc 4 out very soon. It's going to be great. See you then.